75% of those who reach 65 have less than $30,000 in savings. And that is because they have been living way beyond their means for years, and they get to retirement age and they almost really can't retire because it's impossible to live on Social Security unless you have everything paid for, like your, well, I should say, especially your house. So it's something you need to think about. Knowing if you have too much debt is very important. You're late making payments once doesn't count, but if you start becoming a regular late person, if you're using savings to cut in, you can read with me, you are getting near to the end of your credit card limit. Usually that's $5,000 or $10,000. That's an awful lot on your credit card, especially since most credit cards are paying 20%, 18 to 20% interest. You're making the minimum balance, like you're paying $40, $50 a month rather than 500,000, whatever it is. You are using one credit card or a bank, and two, pay the other, and you're not saving. And so the question is, what can you do? Oopsie. Before I just gave you bad debt. Good debt is if you can handle it using a credit card, but paying it off at the end of the month. Mortgage to buy a house is important because very few people can pay $500,000 to $1 million. Vehicle obviously is a good thing. Most people do it for over 3 years, and of course college, usually over the course of a decade. So when you get out of college, you're going to have student loans, vehicle loan, and credit card. Three things you're going to have to pay off each month. Okay, so some strategies to do it. First of all, you should always get the credit card statement. I try to get a credit card. Well, I always get a credit card, but I don't have to pay a monthly fee. I know it sounds a little silly, but I'm not paying an extra 10 or 15 bucks a year. But hey, times many years, that's some pizzas that I can buy or savings that I can make. Try to get credit cards with the lowest interest possible. Usually, they're not that hard to find if you look, but you're just depending on people who want to get what seem to be the best deals up front than the people who want to pay their credit cards off monthly. Paying it off monthly, you're in the minority. Create a budget. If you're having problems getting your debt down, look at what you're spending on. We often kill ourselves by the little expenses. You don't think of the gas, you don't think of the water and heating bills that you're going to have. You don't think of going out or making incidentals. You go to the store and you need to buy some food, and you end up buying a lot more food than you have need for. You want to think about expenses in your lifestyle. Do you really need to have a pizza? Do you really need to go to lunch 2 or 3 days a week? Why can't you bring your own lunch? A bag lunch costs $3 or $4. Going out will cost 15 to 25. A lot of times, and this is way beyond you guys, and of course, parents to be think, how can I ever have a child? When the truth is, they learn to make drastic cuts in their lifestyles. And so if you're having problems with debt or you want to save, look at your lifestyle. Do you really need that car now? Do you really need a new car now? Do you really need a new phone? Can you hold on to your own phone? Are you going to get that much more out of the new phone? Think of the opportunity cost. Save more now, later. We've done this early in this course. Means a lot more money later. Don't buy things for impulse. For example, there was a running watch I want. I run 5 days a week, and it measures how far and how fast. And I've held off a year, and finally I'm getting it as a birthday gift. And I went and got the cheaper model after doing a lot of research. Sunglasses. I wanted a pair of cool sunglasses. Cool for me means Target, which is $18 to $20 glasses, but I already have two, one for my car and one for my wife's, and even though I saw it on my brother back in June, I haven't bought it yet because both those glasses are still going strong. Eventually I'll get it, but not until after one of those others breaks. I've already talked about paying the credit card in full at the end of each month. Try to limit your number. There are some reasons to get different credit cards, and that's part of the come on and doing the research. For example, we have an American Express through Costco, which means we get a percentage back at the end of the year in cash. That's a good reason. But American Express, when we travel, especially overseas, is not accepted in many places, so we need a Visa or MasterCard for that. Also, if you're having problems paying your bills, there are debt counselors, and if you get really in trouble, like you can't pay your student loans after a time, you can go to them and they can reduce it. Of course, the price with that is your credit rating is killed, and that means buying a house or even a car later is going to be very hard to do. The other one sounds absurd. Go earn money. Of course, hey boss, can I have more money? No, that means earning a second job. You think of a lot of young students, post-collegiate people who have a full-time job and then they work 2 nights a week or a weekend as waiters. Uh, that's one way to do it. There are plenty of different ways you can look and get part-time jobs, especially near holiday season when stores need a lot more employees. But that is a good way to get your debt down. Okay, so these are the questions that we have been talking about, and you can stop and look at it, but pretty much we've covered them all. Okay, and that's it.